After a tumultuous day of trades, news, Woj bombs, and Shams reports, at the end of the trade deadline, as the clock strikes 2 o'clock Central Time where I'm at, the trade deadline had closed. No more trades could be made, but that doesn't mean news stops there, as an ex-Dallas Mavericks might be trying to find his way back to the roster. How's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavericks Digest, bringing you the latest and greatest of Dallas Mavericks news. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned as we're dropping vids back-to-back ahead of the trade. Well, at the trade deadline, ahead of All-Star break, ahead of the playoff season, and 365 days out of the year, we're bringing you Dallas Maverick news. You don't want to miss it. But like I said in the intro, we do have an ex-Dallas Maverick in Spencer Dinwiddie, who got traded to the Toronto Raptors. I know this is the Mavericks Digest, not Raptors Digest, but it's all related, as Woj tweeted earlier today, the Raptors are trading Dennis Schroeder to the Nets for Spencer Dinwiddie, which for a lot of Raptors fans, including myself, it was kind of weird seeing that. You know, Dennis Schroeder was a guy that we got on a very team-friendly deal. We thought that he could be a good backup guard for us. He's been playing a lot better off the bench than he was as a starter for the Toronto Raptors. You thought that he'd be a good backup guard, and as Emmanuel quickly became the starting point guard for the Toronto Raptors. But there were some grumblings that, you know, Dennis Schroeder wasn't too happy with coming off the bench, didn't like the direction of the team, and actually wanted to trade. So the Toronto Raptors said, cool, we'll trade our disgruntled point guard to the Brooklyn Nets for their disgruntled point guard. And they got Spencer Dinwiddie in return, where we can see with his stats here, for this season, he was averaging 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists, shooting 39% from the floor, 32% from 3, 70% from the free throw line. His shooting splits aren't the best, but they're not too far from his average. Scoring went down a little bit. Rebounding and assists are pretty good for the type of player that he is. Raptors fans, they were kind of like, okay, I guess we got a better backup guard, so to speak. But it was also reported just shortly after that from Shams to avoid a $1.5 million upcoming contract bonus for games played, the Toronto Raptors are planning to waive Spencer Dinwiddie, sources tell The Athletic Stadium. Major new entry to the NBA's buyout market who will be coveted by several playoff teams. Again, I'll throw his stats back up there, 12, 3, and 6. That's not bad for a backup guard. You could easily give him a vet minimum just as a little rental before the playoff run if your team is in desperate need of a point guard. I mean, teams like the Dallas Mavericks, maybe. You know, we already covered in the last few vids how we traded away Seth Curry, a backup guard. We traded away Grant Williams, who's a forward. We traded away Rashawn Holmes as a big. We got back Daniel Gafford. We got back PJ Washington. We got size, but not necessarily a backup point guard. And if you want to put your tinfoil hats on and just take a ride with me as we just speculate what a return would look like for Spencer Dinwiddie to come back into the Dallas Mavericks. And for those of you who may have forgotten what Spencer Dinwiddie has been able to do for this team, may I just take you down memory lane real quick and show you this right here. Spencer Dinwiddie in Game 7 of the 2022 Western Conference Semifinals. In 25 minutes, he was able to pull up 30 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists with 0 turnovers, shooting 11 of 15 from the floor, 5 of 7 from 3, 3 of 3 of a free throw. He hit every shot at the line. It was a plus 33 in the box score. One of the best playoff performers of all time. This person says, hey, I mean, we're as Mavericks fans, we're not too unfamiliar with Spencer Dinwiddie's game. We know what he brings. He's a good backup guard, a good ball handler, a good facilitator. He's not elite level, but that's not necessarily what you need when you've got 2 elite ball handlers already, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. But someone to come off the bench and run that bench unit, you'll get a little pick and roll, get a little bit floor space from Spencer Dinwiddie, or if you want to have him play as a shooting guard alongside Kyrie Irving in different type of lineups. I'm not sure what Jason Kidd's going to try to throw at him come playoff time if we were to get a player like Spencer Dinwiddie to come on back to Dallas. But it doesn't just stop there on the speculations of maybe he does come back. We got Brad Townsend here saying unconfirmed, but hearing a rumbling that Dinwiddie plans to attend tonight's game, which, if true, is interesting. Spencer Dinwiddie, you already in Dallas? What are you doing in Dallas already? Or if it's in New York, I gotta double check. Not sure if I think we're in New York. What are you doing in New York? I know you play for Brooklyn, so you're already in New York. But what are you doing at the Knicks game though? You're going to the Knicks to watch the Dallas Mavericks. Trying to scope out the homies, do a little tampering on the low. I mean, it's not really tampering, but what was it that Windhorst did? Just very interesting. Why would he do that? I'm just saying, put your tinfoil hats on, people. Rock with me, come down this crazy rabbit hole with me, because I truly believe that Spencer Dinwiddie may come back to the Dallas Mavericks. Maybe Mark Cuban and Nico Harrison can work something out, get him on a very team-friendly one-year deal for the rest of the season, and just see what we can go with this team. And if he impresses like he's done in the past, sign him long-term on a more team-friendly deal. Because I think you can get a player like Spencer Dinwiddie for a cheap contract that doesn't put you in the luxury tax, and you can still be competitive with a player like him coming off the bench. But it doesn't stop there. If I can find the Mavs Fan for Life page even reported as well that Dallas is pursuing a Spencer Dinwiddie reunion. Per Shams, he had tweeted himself. It's starting to heat up. The rumors starting to heat up. Spencer Dinwiddie coming back. Another ball handler off the bench, someone that we're already familiar with, someone that Luka obviously got along with. Again, your tinfoil hats on. You got to keep them on snug as you rock with me in this rambling of how can we get Spencer Dinwiddie to come back to the Dallas Mavericks. But it doesn't stop there. As I'm just scrolling through the Twitter spaces, I saw Spencer Dinwiddie liked this tweet from Juiceland. And if you're not from the area, you may not be familiar that Juiceland is a fruit smoothie and superfoods type restaurant. They have a lot of healthy options there, and apparently Spencer Dinwiddie was a fan. And they tweet out at Spencer Dinwiddie saying, if you come back, we will give you free smoothies for life. This offer is negotiable. We miss you. We love you. We need you. Be the legend you are. Come home to Big D. We have 4 large smoothies waiting for you. Hashtag Dinwiddie double doubles for life. The promo's out of this world. Spencer Dinwiddie liked that tweet of a little campaign from Smoothie Land saying, hey, come on back. We got you with Smoothies for Life. We need you. I mean, he's already in New York for the next game against the Mavericks. He's there watching them. He's liking tweets from Juiceland trying to get him come back. It's already been reported from Shams that the Dallas Mavericks are trying to plan a reunion. Unfortunately, they couldn't get Dorian Finney-Smith, who I'm a big fan of. But I think a player like Spencer Dinwiddie could really help this Dallas Mavericks team off the bench as a secondary ball handler with the bench unit when Luka and Kyrie, who obviously are the starters, are on the bench trying to recover and playing heavy playoff minutes. Dinwiddie can help lead the charge with the second unit. I'm sure Jason Kidd's probably not going to run a deep bench come playoff time. You usually run a 7, maybe 8-man rotation. But if you can put Spencer Dinwiddie in that rotation, it could pay dividends. I just see it as a plus. I don't see how it can hurt. I'll throw up his stats up once again. 12, 3, and 6. Maybe not averaging that off the bench for us, but if his production in Brooklyn isn't that far from his production for his career. I know that there were rumblings that, Dinwiddie's trying to do a silent protest and play bad so he can be off the team, which I think is just a load of baloney. If you're a Mavericks fan and you enjoyed watching Spencer Dinwiddie, you know that he always put everything on the court. Never played lazy, never just dragged his feet, hung his head down low. He always gave it his all. And he played in Brooklyn before he came to Dallas, so he was familiar with the people, the area. It was a team that he liked playing for. It's not too far-fetched to say that maybe he didn't like the second time around with Brooklyn and didn't feel like the first time around when they made that playoff run and they were playing against the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round back in 2018. But who knows? I don't think that he gave up on the team. I think he was just disgruntled. And to be honest, the Brooklyn Nets organization is very odd when it comes to dealing with these players. But after the Toronto Raptors they waived Spencer Dinwiddie, the Dallas Mavericks are poised to get him. They're poised to get him, just scoop him up. There are rumblings that the Lakers might be involved too, trying to get him. But in my opinion, in my unbiased opinion, I think that Spencer Dinwiddie can help out the Dallas Mavericks a lot more than they can help out the Los Angeles Lakers. And if the track record of the Lakers free agents are any indication that you will be a scapegoat. When things go bad, they're going to look at you. They did that with Russell Westbrook, Pat Beverly. They're starting to do that with a few of the other guys. Vincent Gabriel, I heard he was getting shot today too. No trade happened, but unfortunately, I mean, if Spencer Dinwiddie sees this video, just know you'll be loved in Dallas no matter what level of play that you're able to provide for us. We'd just be happy to have you back, and you can be back with Luka, and maybe we're playing next to Kyrie, the guy that they traded you for, but it's all in the name of winning basketball, and if you're playing for the Dallas Mavericks, that's all that matters. But that's all I got for you today, guys. Thank you for sticking to the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with the latest of Dallas Mavericks news as we drop these vids back to back, word to Drake. But y'all take it easy. I'll see you in the next vid. Peace.